The Help by Kathryn Stockett. The Help is a historical fiction novel set in Jackson, Mississippi during the early 1960s. The story is narrated from the perspectives of three women: Abilene, an African-American maid who has spent her life raising white children; Minnie, a sharp-tongued maid known for her cooking skills; and Skeeter Phelan, a young white journalist who is determined to write a book exposing the experiences of black maids working in the South. The novel delves into the complex relationships between these women and the white families they serve, exploring themes of racism, social injustice, and the power of courage and friendship in the face of systemic oppression. Let's deep dive into the book. Life as a maid. Abilene, one of the central characters, has dedicated her life to caring for the children of white families, often forming close bonds with them. Despite her love and care, she faces the harsh realities of racism and discrimination. She currently works for the Leafold family, raising their daughter, May Mobley, who becomes deeply attached to her. Abilene's narrative provides a window into the daily struggles and indignities faced by black maids in the segregated South, as well as the deep love and sacrifice they offer the children they raise. Minnie's challenges. Minnie Jackson, another maid, is known for her cooking and her outspoken nature, which often gets her into trouble. She works for the vindictive Hilly Holbrook until she is fired for using the indoor bathroom, a transgression of the house rules that Hilly enforces. Minnie eventually finds work with Celia Foote, an outsider among the Jackson social elite, who treats Minnie with unexpected kindness and respect. Minnie's story highlights the precariousness of employment for black maids, who must navigate the volatile temperaments and prejudices of their employers. Skeeter's ambition. Eugenia. Skeeter Phelan is a young white woman who returns home after graduating from college, only to find her childhood maid, Constantine, has mysteriously left. Skeeter, who aspires to be a writer, becomes increasingly aware of the injustices faced by the black maids in her community. Her desire to understand what happened to Constantine leads her to Abilene and Minnie, and together they embark on a risky project to document the true stories of the maids in a book titled Help. The Writing Project. As Skeeter interviews Abilene, Minnie, and other maids, she collects powerful and often heartbreaking stories that reveal the harsh realities of their lives. These include tales of humiliation, abuse, and deep-seated fear, but also moments of kindness and unexpected friendships. The project is fraught with danger, as the maids risk losing their jobs and even their safety by speaking out. Skeeter herself faces backlash from her social circle and the broader community, particularly from Hilly Holbrook, who leads efforts to maintain the status quo of segregation and racial inequality. The impact of the book. The publication of Help sends shockwaves through Jackson, as the book anonymously details the experiences of the maids, exposing the hypocrisy and cruelty of the town's social elite. While some residents react with outrage and denial, others begin to question the deeply ingrained racial prejudices that shape their society. The book's release brings a mix of fear, anger, and hope to the characters involved, and it ultimately sparks conversations and small changes, challenging the norms of the deeply segregated community. Consequences and conflicts. The book's impact is particularly felt by those whose stories are unmistakably recognizable, despite the anonymity. Hilly Holbrook, in particular, is incensed, realizing that Minnie has shared the secret of the terrible, awful incident, a shocking act of revenge Minnie took against Hilly. As a result, Minnie fears retribution, but finds unexpected support from Celia Foote, who stands by her. Skeeter, on the other hand, faces alienation from her friends and pressure from her mother, but she also gains a new sense of purpose and clarity about her values and beliefs. Personal growth and change. Throughout the novel, the characters undergo significant personal growth. Abilene becomes more assertive, Minnie learns to stand up for herself and embrace her self-worth, and Skeeter realizes her potential to effect change, even at great personal cost. Their collective courage not only changes their own lives, but also begins to shift the attitudes of those around them. The novel emphasizes the transformative power of storytelling and the importance of taking a stand against injustice. Skeeter's departure. At the novel's conclusion, Skeeter is offered a job in New York, a dream opportunity that comes as a result of her work on the book. However, accepting the position means leaving Jackson and the people who have become important to her. With encouragement from Aibileen and Minnie, Skeeter decides to take the job, representing a new chapter in her life and a commitment to continue advocating for change. Aibileen's new role. The end of the novel sees Aibileen facing a new beginning as well. After being fired by the Leafolds, largely due to Hilly's influence, Aibileen decides to pursue writing herself, inspired by her work with Skeeter. Her newfound confidence and purpose suggest a brighter future, both for her and for the broader struggle for racial equality in the South. Reflections on progress. The Help concludes with a sense of cautious optimism. While the book has brought significant challenges to the characters, it also represents a step towards greater awareness and potential change. The novel leaves readers reflecting on the complexities of race relations, the power dynamics between employer and employee, and the courage required to challenge deeply rooted social injustices. It underscores the idea that change, while slow and difficult, begins with the voices of those willing to speak out. Let's meet together the main characters of the book. Aibileen Clark is an African-American maid who has spent her life raising white children in Jackson, Mississippi. Known for her wisdom, compassion, and patience, Aibileen provides a nurturing presence in the homes she works in, particularly in the life of May Mobley Leafold. Her own son's tragic death deeply affects her, motivating her to participate in Skeeter's book project as a way to seek justice and share the untold stories of maids like herself. Aibileen's journey is one of self-discovery and empowerment as she learns to assert her voice and advocate for change. Minnie Jackson is another maid, known for her strong personality, sharp tongue, and exceptional cooking skills. Her outspoken nature often lands her in trouble, particularly with her former employer, Hilly Holbrook. Minnie's story is one of resilience. She endures an abusive marriage and constant job insecurity while maintaining her dignity and sense of self-worth. Her relationship with Celia Foote, a new employer who treats her with respect and kindness, becomes a source of healing and personal growth for Minnie. Eugenia Skeeter Phelan is a young white woman from a privileged background who aspires to be a writer. Skeeter's return to Jackson after college brings a new awareness of the racial injustices around her, particularly following the disappearance of her beloved childhood maid, Constantine. Skeeter becomes determined to tell the stories of the black maids in her community, a decision that isolates her from her social circle but aligns her with a greater cause. Her character represents the potential for change when individuals challenge societal norms. Hilly Holbrook is a prominent socialite in Jackson and a staunch advocate for segregation. She embodies the entrenched racism and hypocrisy of the town's white elite. Hilly's influence is seen in her efforts to pass laws enforcing segregation, such as the Home Help Sanitation Initiative, which requires separate bathrooms for black maids. Her antagonism towards the maids in Skeeter escalates as the book project progresses, ultimately leading to significant social fallout. Celia Foote is an outsider in the Jackson social scene, largely because of her lower-class background and her marriage to Johnny Foote, who previously dated Hilly. Celia hires Minnie to help around the house, and their relationship evolves into a genuine friendship, challenging the racial and social barriers of the time. Celia's kindness and naivety contrast sharply with the bigotry and superficiality of other white characters, highlighting themes of acceptance and understanding. Constantine Bates is the African-American maid who raised Skeeter, deeply influencing her views on race and equality. Constantine's sudden disappearance from the Phelan household is a mystery that propels Skeeter's quest for answers and justice. Although Constantine is no longer present in the narrative, her legacy and the lessons she imparted to Skeeter are central to the story's exploration of race relations and personal integrity. Let's explore together the main themes and concepts of the book. Racism and social injustice. The Help explores the systemic racism and social injustice that pervade the South during the 1960s. The novel depicts the daily discrimination and segregation faced by African American maids, as well as the broader societal norms that enforce racial hierarchy. Through the personal stories of the maids, the novel illustrates how deeply entrenched prejudices and power imbalances impact the lives of individuals and communities. Courage and empowerment. A central theme in the novel is the courage it takes to speak out against oppression. The maids, particularly Aibileen and Minnie, demonstrate immense bravery by sharing their stories despite the risks of retaliation. Skeeter's decision to document these experiences also reflects a journey of personal empowerment and a commitment to justice. The novel celebrates the power of individual and collective courage in challenging the status quo and advocating for change. Friendship and solidarity. The relationships between the characters, especially between Skeeter, Aibileen, and Minnie, highlight the theme of friendship and solidarity across racial and social divides. Their bond, forged in the shared goal of exposing injustice, transcends the societal barriers that typically separate them. This theme emphasizes the strength and resilience that come from solidarity and mutual support, as well as the potential for understanding and empathy to bridge differences. The power of storytelling. Storytelling is a powerful tool for change in The Help. The novel itself is framed around the stories of the maids, which serve to humanize their experiences and challenge stereotypes. By giving voice to the maids' perspectives, the book within the novel sheds light on the realities of their lives and exposes the hypocrisy of the society that exploits them. This theme underscores the idea that storytelling can be a catalyst for awareness, empathy, and social change. The complexity of morality. The Help delves into the complexities of morality, particularly in the context of social and racial issues. Characters like Skeeter, Hilly, and Elizabeth Leafolt are depicted with varying degrees of moral awareness and complicity in the system of segregation. The novel challenges readers to consider the nuances of individual actions and the broader societal structures that influence them, highlighting that moral choices are often fraught with contradictions and challenges. Let's talk about the author. Kathryn Stockett is an American novelist best known for her debut novel, The Help, published in 2009. Born in Jackson, Mississippi in 1969, Stockett drew on her own experiences growing up in the South during the Civil Rights era to create the fictional world of The Help. The novel explores themes of race, class, and social justice, resonating with readers worldwide and sparking discussions about the historical and contemporary issues of racism. The Help was adapted into a successful film in 2011, further cementing Stockett's place in the literary and cultural landscape. Stockett's writing is noted for its rich character development, emotional depth, and nuanced exploration of complex social issues. Sincere thanks for watching. If you found this summary helpful, consider taking a moment to hit the subscribe button, like or share the video. If you have any feedbacks or book requests, make sure to leave a comment. Regardless, I wish you a great day.